Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you have an idea? Or maybe some words of encouragement? Or perhaps you're an expert on something and thought about starting a podcast. Well, I'm here to tell you Anchor is the easiest way to make that happen. Yeah, I know, I already know what you're saying. Psh, I can't afford that. But what if I told you Anchor gives you everything you need in one place, and get this, for free? And you can use it right from your computer or your mobile device. They have tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. Plus, on top of that, they'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere on platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So what are you waiting for? Go download the app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi, this is Jerry Wicker of the Savvy Beach Bums podcast, and you're listening to my good friend Letitia on the As I Grow podcast, a positive and uplifting member of the Inspire network of independent podcasters. Prepare to be inspired.
As most of you may already know, As I Grow podcast has partnered with Apple in the world's biggest book club. That's right. Oprah is releasing her new book club series on Apple TV Plus this November, and her first pick is available right now on Apple Books. It's one of Oprah's dreams to speak to people all over the world about the pleasures, the excitement, and the drama that a good book brings you. Let us help her accomplish this dream by clicking on the links in the description box. And for every Oprah's Book Club pick sold, Apple will make a contribution to the American Library Association to support local libraries. So go ahead and click the links in the description box. Support a good cause. Don't forget, As I Grow mentioned this to you. Peace. What's up, y'all? This is Letitia, from As I Grow podcast. And do I have some news for you? As I Grow just joined forces with Stitcher. It's a family affair, y'all. And Stitcher is the place where you can listen to some of your favorite shows ad-free with their Stitcher Premium. Shows like Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, Wolverine, The Last Trial, Bitch Sesh, The Fantasy Footballers for all my football heads out there, Science Rules with the awesome Bill Nye, and so much more. Oh, and it gets better. You can also get access to Stitcher Originals, their bonus episodes, comedy albums, and more. Now, all of that just for $4.99 a month or $34.99 a year. Oh, peep this. And when you use the code As I Grow, you will get a month free. So go ahead and go to Stitcher.com/premium and sign up today. Oh, don't forget to tell them As I Grow sent you. Peace. What's up, world? What's up, world? You already know it's your girl Letitia, and I'm the creator and the host of As I Grow podcast. And I like to start off by stating what I'm grateful for. And today I'm just grateful for new people. I'm grateful for meeting new people. I'm grateful for life in a whole because honestly, life can be taken away from you at any given time. Just earlier this week on Tuesday, I buried an uncle. And then today we just did a remembrance with the balloon release for a good friend of mine who is no longer with us in the flesh. So I am grateful for being here and breathing breath and getting another shot at accomplishing all these goals that I have set up. Right. So today I have a special co-host with me today, Khing Ceaze. He is from Born Royal Music Group. That's his brand. Originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Right now residing in GA. He is a lyricist, and I'm going to explain why I say that. And I know I'm really tough about when I say to use that word. That's an honor to be called a lyricist.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I don't even use that term when I speak to myself.
Well, here you go, Khing Ceaze. How are you, sir? How you doing today?
I'm blessed. It's just Any day that I get to do what I love to do is a blessing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, yes, I said lyricist because you do lyricist to me can put you somewhere, put you in a place. You know, like some of my
Yeah,
great he follows your influences actually is some of mine.
yeah.
Although I do not rap or sing or anything, we know this by now, right? But I know so much about the music that you would think I was one of the artists of some sort. But some of your favorites is mine, like Tupac, East. Shout out to East.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Hey, a lot of people, it's crazy because I get so many. I had somebody tell me, it's like, bro, you sound like Dave East. I'm like, bro, don't tell me that, bro.
Yo, the dude's
Don't,
a
don't.
beast, man.
I don't want to. Don't tell me that, man.
Yo, and then
I might get the big head around here. Like,
and that's
no,
okay.
man.
It's
Shout out to
okay.
East, man. Shout out to Gates.
Yes,
Rest in peace to Tupac Shakur.
yes, always, always. But those people, man, they are they put you somewhere. Like
They heavy. They
yes,
heavy.
yes, they have that I think they understand their gift and the power of their gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like
mean, Kevin Gates' last album, the I'm Him album, man. Shout out to Kevin Gates for getting a #1 Billboard album. They finally giving him the recognition he deserves. And I've been following Gates since 2011.
okay,
And just to see what he did overcome, him overcoming his adversity, his challenges, and you know what I'm saying, his team sticking with him through everything. I mean, through the time in prison, struggles, everything he done went through. I mean, he got an interview out. It's a vlog video, and he was explaining like he's reached the level of success that he has without a 5-year run. And it's like when you
yeah.
think about it, it's like you go back and look through the timeline. It's like Kevin Gates has never really had 5 years straight to do music.
Straight, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Right. It's like he'd do 2 years, he dropped 2 projects, then he had something to go wrong. But he explained it, and he was just like, it was a battle for him. You know what I mean? Because he had to grow more, and that's the biggest part of us being artists. Like you have to understand, growth is a part of everything that we do. If your fans don't hear growth in your music, sooner or later they're gonna get tired of you and they're gonna move on to the next thing. Like that's how them trendy rappers.
I was gonna say, is that like one of them one hits type of
Yeah,
ordeal?
it's not even a one hit nowadays. It's like the one project, the one album, because they making it sound like. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, but prime example, the baby. I listened to his album. I mean, great music, great artist. But to me, and this is just my personal opinion, don't nobody come from my neck. Don't at me on this, even though you can't at me at _Khing Ceaze. But I feel like all the songs sound the same.
Hey, I'm with you. Listen,
It's the same flow. It's the same tempo.
Can I tell you let me tell you something funny. You gotta excuse my baby in the background.
We authentic. Everything is authentic.
Yeah, he wanted part of this too. He wanted because we talking about this. But let me tell you something real funny. Why did I just, and you know how in tune I am with music, right? Because music honestly saved me. And why did I just found out that Lil Baby and Da Baby is 2 different people? Like if that's like you're not even that authentic and that
Lil Baby, I like Lil Baby.
I don't know.
I listen to Lil Baby and Gunna because of the simple fact. It's certain songs that they have that I relate to.
Okay. Maybe I need to listen to more of their projects.
It's like, I listen to the music when they first initially start like making music. I don't wait for the album. A lot of people wait for the album.
Right.
Oh, I listen to 1 or 2 of the singles. Like, nah, I give every artist a chance because at the end of the day, I'm in a business where sooner or later I might have to collaborate with these artists. So therefore, I need to know what their strengths are, their weaknesses, where they are good, what type of songs they fit in.
So you're studying. Yeah.
It's part of the business. Anything you do. I mean, you got a podcast. I'm quite sure you have to study the different ways to deliver a podcast. You can't just wake up. That's anything. Whether it be a sport, whether it be writing, whether it be anything that you do, you have to study it before you can actually start walking in it. I mean, that's just part of life. That's a part of the spiritual journey. That's a part of the mental journey. You can't wake up and claim that you know psychology. It's something that you have to look into and really gain a personal insight into.
You're
But
so right about that. That is
I
true.
study the industry, like I study the labels. I mean, my goal, I'm an artist before anything, but at the same time, the ultimate goal is to possibly be able to help other people behind me and generations to come. That's why I'm getting ready to found Born Real Music Group, getting everything taken care of, getting everything going that way. Once I am in a position to help other people, I don't have to go to these mainstream labels. You know what I mean? If I bring in enough money for me to live successfully, I should be able to invest money in other people.
I agree. I think that's the goal, right? I think that's what
Yeah, I mean,
it's to
pass the torch
inspire.
down,
Yeah,
pass the
right.
torch.
Yep,
And
that's
there's
what
so
you.
many artists. I tell everybody, I sit here and tell you, I reach out to Kevin Gates and his people daily.
Why not?
If
That's
I see
what.
Gates going live, I go right on his live on Instagram. Yo, what's your charge for the feature? Hey, who do I need to get in contact at BWA in order to get management? Like I take chances. I don't believe in sitting back thinking like, man, it'd be nice if this happened.
Nah,
Like,
that's actually I have released the episode, right? Because I'm big about inspiring people myself, right? I came from the trenches, and I'm steady. And had it all at one point in time. I had the house, the fancy car, and the damn dog. You know what I mean? I had all of that, and then
yeah,
lost it all.
yeah.
I feel like I was humble at the time, but losing it all and had to start off from rock bottom really humbled my ass. You know what I mean? So I try. That's one of the steps. What you just said, I listed before, and I'm definitely gonna have to go back into that. And I guess it's confirmation when you hear from somebody else. But
Man,
if you want to,
always.
yeah, like if you want, like he just what you just said, you was like you want something, you see it, you
You
study it,
gotta go for it.
and you reach out to somebody who already is in it.
That's it.
That's the key. Don't be afraid to
Everybody,
ask.
everybody wanna put their pride on their chest and be like, no,
Nah,
I'm gonna
man.
do it by myself. I'm gonna do. No, bro, I don't mind asking for help. If I need help, I need help.
I don't think nobody could do it by himself, and I don't hope nobody don't get no slack for me saying this. But Jesus didn't even do it by himself. He had
He
disciples.
didn't. Exactly. I mean, he didn't. Couldn't be. You can't. It's impossible to be in every place at one time.
Nah, it is. So
And I
yes,
mean, it's one of the things where that's why it's important. No matter what you're doing, you have to have a team. You have to have a team, especially in what we doing because I
right.
can't. It, you can be your own manager. You can be your own publicist, your own public relations worker. That's too much. I
You
can't.
gonna
I
run
can't
yourself
focus on
crazy.
being
Yep.
creative. Uh, that's why so many people lose sight of their creativity.
Yes, you're gonna run yourself crazy. Trying to.
But it's just you really gotta pinpoint what you want and understand that you can't do multiple things at one time.
So you think? Do you think that's the secret for us, like to help you stay focused and tackle priorities each day? You think that's the secret? Is like getting your team.
I just told my wife this the other day, and I mean we both are in college right now,
Okay.
and she's a big overthinker like I am. I just been through a little bit more than she has, but I don't take nothing away from her experience. She don't take nothing away from mine because we each teaching each other something new.
Right.
But I was telling her like she was talking to me, and it was funny because like when me and her talk, it's literally like we literally best friends. And she was like, dude, I got finals coming up. I'm like, dude, your finals ain't till December. I'm like, don't worry about December. Like, I'm like, man, you gotta take this one step at a time. Like, I told her, I'm like, with me in the music, I can't drop a mixtape until I got one good song. I gotta have multiple songs. I can't have multiple songs until I get in the studio and start recording. But before I get in the studio and start recording, I gotta find beats. I said
Right.
it's a step. No matter what you do, it's a step-by-step process, and you have to break these things down. So many people get caught up in the big picture, and they don't look at the small intervals and the small important pieces. Like
Okay.
you got to break it down.
True. True. So, okay, I feel that. So that's the you break it down and conquer each one,
Man,
a piece at
step
a
by
time.
step.
Yes.
Every short-term goal should ultimately lead you to your long-term goal.
True. I understand. understand
Because if they don't, you can't sit there and be like, oh, let me see. It's
that.
something I could compare to work out. Well, what you working out for?
Right.
Working out.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lyrics. And right now, you are listening to the ASIGROW podcast with the multi-talented Letitia. If you're not listening, then you're not growing.
Right. Yeah, so true. So what's your day to day? What's one of those your day to days that you do that you think contributes to your success so thus far?
This is gonna sound crazy, but my days don't start until at the end of the night.
Yeah, what you mean?
I meditate and I review that day and I pray. And during my meditation, I just kind of walk myself backwards through my day and see, did I miss any opportunities? Is there anything that caught my attention that I should have paid more attention to, or that I chose to ignore in that moment? Or was there an opportunity where I felt I needed to be doing something besides what I was doing? And did I answer that? And so what I mean by my day don't start until the end of the night is like I pretty much do a review of the day before, the day that's ending, and my day don't end until about 3 in the morning.
Right.
I mean, so I lay in my bed 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I just lay there and I think to myself, well, what happened today? I go over the events of that day, and at the end of it, I ask myself, okay, that's what all happened today. What can I do tomorrow for it to be a better day? I mean,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
what can I do to improve myself? Self-improvement is a day-to-day thing.
Right. And see, self-improvement was one of the reasons I started As I Grow, right? So I want you to
And
touch on a little bit more, if you don't mind, about meditation. Because I started this podcast and I am my low, as you know, and I'm steady climbing right now. I'm still dealing with postpartum depression, anxiety, and so many other things. And when I realized starting this podcast, there's millions of people out there just like me suffering from the
I'm
same
a, I'm
thing.
gonna send you a link. I wrote an essay for the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, and they actually uploaded it to their site
Oh, word. Okay.
because I've suffered through the same things. My anxiety, people don't understand the degree of anxiety. Anxiety can simply be something as simple as overthinking everything, feeling like you're not getting it done soon enough, or it can be as extreme as sweaty palms, feeling nervous when you're around different groups of people. It ranges. I
It
mean,
does.
depression can be something as subtle as you sit in a room because you're more like me. I go in my room and I'm a lot more comfortable there than I am around people. And I mean, it ain't nothing like, oh well, this that, and the other. I'm just very protective of myself and my
Right.
energy.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I, I don't. I live in my thoughts. Like, it's crazy as it sounds. Like I live a lot more in my own mind than I do in reality.
I understand that
And
totally. I get it. So, and I tried the meditation, and it's really a working process. So, and then I learned there's different types of meditating.
I was
Um,
just about to say that.
yeah. So I hear you, and I'm like, whoa, that's deep. That's the first time I ever actually heard someone say they meditate like in reverse. Like, I
Yeah.
guess I could say that. That's kind of dope. And yeah. So how did you have to like train yourself or?
Okay. See, the way I got started, I knew about it, but I never took it serious. Like I was one of them skepticals where it was like, oh well,
Yeah.
man, it ain't gonna work, or
Right. I think that's a
I
cultural
fall
thing.
asleep, and
Right.
yeah. But it's like it takes practice. But once you really start getting into it, it's so it's so warming. I mean, because for me, it was like it started with the concentration meditations,
Mm-hmm.
where you know what I mean, like you find an object and you just focus all your attention on that.
Right.
And I tell everybody, it's no there's no wrong way to meditate. Whatever you can meditate in motion. Just take a walk in the park and observing the trees and embracing the energy that you feel. You know what I mean? But for me, my meditations became the strongest at my lowest point.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I was away from society for a little bit of time,
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying. And during that time, it was like, okay, I could either continue to do what I've been doing, or I could change how I view things. I started
Yeah.
reading a lot. I started reading a lot, and one of the first books I read about, and crazy because I initially heard about this book in the interview Kevin Gates did, and it was the Celestine Prophecy.
Okay.
And when I read it, it changed my whole understanding of the universe and everything therein. And it first taught me about synchronicity and how you see things and you like, I know this person from somewhere, or you'll think about somebody and
Right. And they
you
appear
see that
or
person.
they'll
Yeah,
call. Yeah.
yeah. And synchronicity is real, and people tend to overlook it, but it's real. And
I
for
truly
me,
believe that too. Yeah.
one book led to the next book. I read the Celestine Prophecy, then I read The Alchemist. After reading The Alchemist, I kind of took a break from that whole spiritual reading, and I went to more of a logical thing, and I started reading the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And I took notes on that, studied it. Then I read The Art of Seduction, then
Okay.
the 33 Strategies of War.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I'm slowly watching myself. I tell everybody, you can read 1,000,001 books. If you don't apply that knowledge to your
Mhm.
life, there's no point in reading it.
Yeah.
But
It's just a hobby. You just reading.
you just reading, it's
Yeah.
entertainment. You might as well
Yep.
just read fiction books, stuff that's
Hmm.
not real. But if you're gonna really dive into knowledge, you have to apply it. Like
Agree.
when I read a book, like I start looking for certain things in that book that appear in life.
Yeah.
And it scared me at first because I started seeing stuff and I'm like, wait a minute, like no, that can't be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
threw me off. Like no, wait a minute, like that was in the book. Like no, that ain't. But the thing is, the way that the brain works, you're not aware of something until you know about it. And it's like the minute you know about it, now you start seeing more and more of it. Like
Mm.
you'll see a commercial for a car, and until you see that commercial, it's like you never see that car. But after you see the commercial, it's like, oh, well, that's that
Right.
car.
I
Oh,
see the car. I see the car. Yeah. So true. Yeah.
it's just once your brain is aware that something exists, it starts to pay attention to that thing. And I mean, it was the same thing with synchronicity, and then meditation came because I would just later. I mean, can't sleep. Like I'm a night owl, so sometimes I really just can't sleep at night. But I later and just be thinking, like I start envisioning myself, like what do I want to be? Like, people look at it like, oh, that's childish. Like I sit here and lay in my bed, and sometimes I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna sell out arenas. Like, what would that feel like to see
Yeah.
that many people like
Yep.
sign it down? I lay in my bed sometimes and practice interviews. Like it's crazy as it sounds, but I would literally sit here and interview myself.
It's not crazy. It don't sound crazy at all to me. You got to speak
And
things to
like
existence,
you
right?
got you have to,
Yep.
and people don't. Like, everybody be like, "Oh, you a weirdo, bro." I would much rather be a weirdo
Yep.
than conform to what society says is correct. Like
Yep.
I tell everybody, my fan base, I'm sticking to it. I'm labeling my fan base the alien nation.
Hey,
And it's like, why did you call it the alien nation? I'm like, bro, because we don't fit in here.
no, we don't
We
fit.
don't. I
No.
rather, I want my music, I want to be a representation of all the people that don't fit in.
Yep. And
All the
since
people that,
the ones that don't fit in usually go through so much, to go through challenging times. So that's all. I want you to tell us about the challenging time or situation that could probably could have ruined your career, your business. And
my time away from society, I don't like using that P word, but
I get
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that time away because it happened right before my last show back home.
Okay. In
And like
Milwaukee.
this was October. It was October 1st that I went in. I had
I
a
hear
show
that.
October 4th. And my guy told me when I came home, he was like, bro, he's like, that was your moment right there. I was like, seriously? He was like, bro, you had a whole club looking for you. I was like, he was like, bro, but I told him, I said, honestly, where I'm at now, I wouldn't have known how to accept that. I didn't know how to deal with my anxiety, so I didn't do good. Especially the club that they was at, it wasn't
Right.
a big club, so
Yeah.
I would have saw the whole crowd. Anxiety would have instantly kicked up. But I told him, I'm like, where I'm at now, I'm like, I got a better understanding of the way it's supposed to go.
Right. So was it that pretty much? I'm learning, like you said, you look at things a certain way, a different way once you
Yeah.
get knowledge.
Yeah.
And I used to. What I'm hearing you say is like you kind of grateful for it, even though you was gone. You kind of grateful.
Yeah, that was the best thing that could ever happen to me. For the simple fact, it forced me to change my way of thinking. I mean, it forced me to change my perspective on a lot of things. In a way, it forced me to grow up and accept the things that I was doing wrong because I had never been put in a situation where I had to face it.
Right. Right.
I was never put in a position where it was like, oh well, now you got to look at this. Like you got to look yourself in the mirror. A lot of people use, and I'm guilty of this. We use the jewelry, we use the reputation, the ego, to hide everything that's wrong with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, it was like during that time away, I didn't have no choice but to look myself in the mirror and see me for what I really was. And it was like, like you really been slipping, like.
Yeah. Somebody asked me why I decided to get therapy. Right.
Yeah.
What made me decide to go do this? And I was like, shoot. I mean, before the show, we was speaking, or briefly we was talking, and I was like, I started moving off in my energy. And I just said the first thing that came to, but that's all I had left. Strong was all I had left. Like me being strong was all I had left, and that's when I knew that I had to change. So I knew I needed some help. Like I needed to
Yeah, I
speak to
mean,
somebody.
for me, I mean, in that process, I went through it was a substance abuse program, but the main thing that they focused on was understanding emotions and dealing with situations where you feel like you pressured to use a substance.
Gotcha.
And I mean, it was more built off of understanding emotions and countering those emotions.
Yeah.
And I mean, I went through that for 4 months. It was a 4-month program.
Okay.
I mean, when I came home, like I still got my folder. Like I feel like I need to go through there, I go through it. Just read my answers. I mean, because I told the counselor then, and they was like, "So what do you do?" I told them, I said, "I do music."
Yeah.
I never walked around there like, "Oh, I'm just." No, I told everybody like, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I wanted to do, and that was music.
Yeah, you have songs with some of the greats, Lazy Bone. Your record's strong. I mean, your track.
That was a blessing. That was a
Yeah.
blessing. Shout out my producer, Bonafide, the Drums and Roses, DNR the label. I mean, he linked that up. I mean, I first talked to him during that time and I mean, me and his brother was cool, and he put me on the phone with him. He told me, he was like, "Bro, when you come home, just you know what I'm saying, hit me, link up with me." And since I've been home since January of last year.
Oh, welcome home.
And like 2018 was rough. Like,
Oh,
like man, it was rough. Like just trying to find your lane. Then I'm from Wisconsin. And I moved down here to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And so like this was foreign land to me. Especially like living here and trying to establish myself here. I mean, it's different when you visit.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, but I'm going back home. But this is my new home. And it's like 2018 was rough. I put myself through a lot of negative situations, not paying attention to positive influences. Feeling like I had, yet again, my ego. Man, I deserve it. I've been gone for 2 years. Like, yeah, I deserve this. I deserve it. Boom. I hit a brick wall. Now you got to start over again. You know what I mean? So it's like once that brick wall hit, I was like, okay, look, let me reassess something and really figure out what it is I need to do.
Right.
I mean, since then, I mean, it's been a peaceful ride. For 2019, it has been a very peaceful ride.
Okay, that's what's up. I hear you talking about influences. So tell us about the most influential lesson you learned from one of like your mentors or somebody you.
I tell everybody, Kevin Gates is my mentor, and he don't even know it.
That's what's up.
He's my mentor, and he don't even know it because a lot of the things he done been through, I done been through, and I relate to it so much. Like I tell everybody, that's one person. Like you hear a lot of rappers be like, "Oh, I want to feature with Gates." I don't want to. If I get the feature, it's a blessing. But just to sit down and have a conversation with them,
have a conversation, yeah.
That's all. I'd be content with that. Like I wouldn't even. It ain't gotta be business. Like it could literally just be, okay, look, we got 20 minutes. Let's sit down and talk. And I guarantee you that conversation is gonna go beyond that 20 minutes for the simple fact of understanding the energy there. And it's like, but the biggest lesson I learned from him, and honestly, most people, they expect me to give some psychological, because I mean that's why he is. But the biggest thing I learned from him is find you a woman, stick with that woman, and she'll stick with you no matter what.
I think that's the Muslim in him.
And I mean, it's
yeah.
it's beautiful, like to have somebody that's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you're doing, that person is there with you.
It is. It's a beautiful.
Through thick and thin, that person is there with you.
And he don't play about her either. You know?
He was ready to give up on music.
Yeah, but she didn't let him.
The interview with Sway, he said it. Like he went back to the hotel room and broke down. It was like, Drake, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but she told him, like, you finna eat, like you finna do this, like we finna make this happen, like, and he ain't look back.
Powerful.
I mean,
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing because when you got that in your life, you have to think about that person because they with you 24 hours a day.
I think it's dope that y'all realize that, not because I'm, and I am saying it because I am a woman, but we get what Malcolm X said, black woman is the most disrespected being on in this country for sure. So to even hear that, it's just, it means a lot. You know what I mean? So just to.
Yeah. I mean, I tell everybody I love black women. I could never see myself with anything but a black woman. And it's nothing against, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for that in today's sensitive society, I'm gonna say it. But it's nothing against any other race. It's just, I feel like there's so much.
No disrespect, Ceaze. I'm going to cut you short because I'm going to cut you short on that one. No disrespect, because I do respect you, even having this conversation, and respect you even more. But I'm going to cut you short. And and you hear me say it, I'm going to give you permission to cut me short too, because we always saying that. We always giving ourselves a compliment and then trying to water down our compliment on what we say. It's nothing wrong with us bigging ourselves up. And nothing else have to come after it.
Right.
We love black women.
I do. I mean,
and that's
it's just so much power in that.
Yeah, like
so much power in that.
Yeah, it is what it is. You love. It doesn't say mean you hate anyone else. You just love your own.
No, that's where I'm at.
So let's talk about this project. That's what I want to hear. You have a mixtape dropping. Let's.
Man, we still in the process of getting everything wrapped up, but it was reading. That's the title of the project. And I'm not gonna go too into detail because I still have details to come. Okay. I mean, I know you follow me on Instagram, so you've been seeing the promo video going around on my story.
Yeah.
But every week, for anybody that's listening, every week I'll be releasing a new promo video with a different visual. Just the journey of how we got to It Was Written. And the name It Was Written, it stems from, I'm a history buff, especially Black history. And I mean, I just go back to the days where I'm big on Egyptian culture, and everything was written in hieroglyphics just to commemorate everything.
Yes.
And no words were like the little promo video says. No words ever spoken. It was written. And I think nowadays in 2019, I think so many people we lose sight of how important writing is. I mean, I remember days back when I was in middle school and high school. You wrote a girl a love note.
Circle yes or no.
You know what I mean? Like just having that, just having that physical to remember. I mean, you think about it, if anybody has ever written a poem and given it to somebody, I guarantee you they kept that poem because they could easily go back and read them words. Yep. It brings back those emotions. I mean, it was written. The title of that was, it's literally me just remembering everything that I've been through. Everything that I've been through.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, it's really just everything from the past year. I mean, like there's a song on there called Chess. And with Chess, it's literally a conversation between who I am today and who I was while I was away from the world. And I mean, it's like new me versus old me having a phone conversation. Gotcha. It's like, yo, this is what I want to do. All right, well, if you do that, this is how we got to go about doing it. Like, no, I know how I'm going to do it. Like, that's your problem. Like, you think you know everything. Like, brother, listen, like, it's literally a back and forth, but in the second verse, it all comes together. And, I mean, and I got Focus on there. Focus is really just about, a lot of people be like, bro, like, we don't know what, you different now. You so much different. Like, and it's a good thing. And like, it really is. I'm like, I'm focused. I know where I want to be. I'm not just out here just freelancing it. Like, oh, well, it's an open mic over here. I'm going to go over here. Like, oh, well, they got one over there too. I'm going to go over there. I know I'm playing chess with my life. You know what I mean? Like, I got to execute every move to make sure my next move opens up another move. And it's like, once you get that concept, it's so different.
Yeah. That reminded me of a quote, because you have vision, right? And Helen Keller said something like, the worst thing that's worse than being blind is having sight with no vision.
With no vision. It's because you can see it, but it's like you can see everything around you. But if you don't actually see, there's a difference between seeing and seeing.
Right.
Like, you know, a lot of people, and a lot of things nowadays go above everybody's head. Everybody's being fed this be sensitive, and it's, at the end of the day, we're all people.
Yeah.
We are people. Everybody chasing something, and if they not, I don't have time to be around them.
Yeah, you got no vision. You
got no drive. You got no vision. Like you just existing.
Right.
You taking up space, and I don't want you around my space.
Nope. It's all love, but stay over there. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what kills me with some some artists. That's why I'm very selective on who I speak to. What kills me with some. Well, let me hear from you, because you seem like you have, well, it ain't no seem, you have that vision. So what do you think is the most critical?
Hi, it's your girl, Miss Backwoods, and you are listening to my longtime friend, my sister, Letitia, on the As I Grow podcast. Tune in to hear words of encouragement, words of empowerment, and just getting through life's ups and downs. You'll be glad you took a listen.
Skill that you think an artist needs to master in order to thrive today?
Business.
Business.
I mean, because the music industry is still, they call it the music business, but it's the business of music.
Yeah.
It's still a business.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't know how to run a business, as an artist, you are your own business. If you don't know how to run your own business, that means somebody else is going to be running it for you. And if somebody else is running it for you, they're going to change the whole landscape of everything.
Yeah.
And it's no longer going to be your business. It's theirs now.
It's theirs.
If
Wow.
McDonald's, if McDonald's didn't know how to run McDonald's, they didn't know what McDonald's stood for or how to run a business, and they hired a Burger King employee to come management, what do you think that McDonald's would eventually turn into?
A Burger King.
Exactly. It's no longer a McDonald's. It doesn't have an identity anymore. It's whatever the next person is telling it to be. And if you pay attention, there's so many artists nowadays that have fallen victim to that.
Yeah.
You see these, like prime example, 6ix9ine. As much as somebody has to stop that man at all costs, but he allowed other people to tell him what to do, knowing he wasn't ready for that life.
Mm-hmm.
And when that pressure hit, what happened?
Hey, he showed exactly what
he pointed fingers without. He didn't even get the pressure. Wasn't even applied. It was the possibility of having pressure applied.
Right. Yep. Well, it's federal, so it's you only get like 1 to 10 chances.
The thing about that is anybody that knows federal courts and federal judges, if they got you, they got you.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. They're not wasting their time.
If they got you, they got you.
Yep.
So therefore, just
shut the hell up.
Take your hit. Take your hit.
Yep.
But they don't know how to do that.
I know one person in real life. One person in real life, not Dr. Sebi, but I'm talking about. I could go to his house right now. He in Georgia, matter of fact, that beat his case. So on a drug charge.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But you gotta really know that law.
Yeah.
You gotta really know that law.
Yep.
I mean, and the thing is, you gotta really know who you are, and a lot of people don't. That's them chasing they chase the hype more than they do the life.
Yeah.
And when you chasing
they got so many.
Chasing the hype. I'm listening.
No, you good. Go ahead.
When you chasing the hype, it's like you don't even know what you're doing it for. What's your end goal?
They don't have one.
You gotta know where you gotta know where your ending is. You can't start a race unless you know where the finish line is. Because if not, you just running.
That is true. That is so true.
In order to get anywhere, you gotta know where your destination is. The destination is always the first point. You gotta know where you're trying to go.
Yeah, and then understand. My thing is, okay, this is how I break it down from now. Like I said, I have a clear vision now. Always have vision, but now my vision is a little clearer. So you have to know where you want to get to, like you stated.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about how long it takes you to get there, as long as you're making it happen. But I think one of the ways to overcome some obstacles is plan for those.
Yeah.
So if you know what's ahead of you, you prepare for those. You know what I'm saying? You'll prepare for those roadblocks. It'll kind of prevent them from even happening.
Definitely. I mean, it takes a lot of heart. You gotta be able to face. You gonna face some criticism. Like even you, I still get people that be like, no, I don't really like that song like that. I don't think it's that hot. You know what I mean? I'd be like back then when I was younger, 22, 23, yeah, I took it personal. Like, bro, what you mean you don't like that song, bro? That song. Now I'm like, it ain't for everybody.
Right. Yeah.
It ain't for everybody.
Yep. I get it. Man, I definitely have to have you back on here. Not even for a Mad Music Friday. Like I said, so many of my you've been through so much, you know what I mean? And I think that's a blessing. At least I'm learning to
we never stop going through things. It just we change how we view the things we're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Chance. I'm sorry. He was all in our interview today.
He good. He good. I definitely would be willing to come back, man.
Yes.
Just let me know. We can
definitely. It don't even have to be for Mad Music Fridays. I think you have so many positive things to relate to people, and that's my greatest. That's my mission, is to inspire so many, and you confirm so much, even to me. I took a quote from you earlier before the air. I absolutely love it, and I'm actually gonna before we go, you want to leave something, how they can follow you? I'm gonna leave it in the notes too.
You can follow me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at @IM_Khing Ceaze. That's KHINGCEAZE. I mean, if you want to check out the music, I'm streaming on all major platforms under the artist name Khing Ceaze. Facebook Khing Ceaze. I'm wherever you can find anything dealing with anything, I'm there. I mean, I try to cover as much as I can.
Yes, he is. Make sure you follow him because he's dope. He is really dope. I do pay attention to the Instagram. Especially, I pay attention. Yes, and the song, the music is dope. And,
I appreciate that. I definitely. I mean, I put my all into it.
Yeah.
I push for everything to. I push for everything to just be influential on other people. I mean, I want to be able to do for somebody else what Kevin Gates' music did for me.
And that's deep.
You know what I mean?
That is deep. Because I do have some influences that that don't even know that they are as well.
Right.
Because people you don't understand. Like I said, artists like yourself have a gift, and I'm glad you know that you have this gift and how much power you hold behind your pen, in front of that mic, on that studio. I'm glad you understand that.
And I'll be the first one to admit, I'm still learning how to master my craft.
Yeah.
I mean, I just had a conversation with one of my friends the other day. He was telling me he was nervous before an interview, and I told him, I said, bro, I make music for them. And I'm still nervous when I write a song and go to the studio. I'm still thinking, like, oh, what if they don't like it?
Right.
But I still do it.
Yeah, true. I modeled. I model on the, I haven't jumped in front of the camera in a long time, but I modeled since I was about 8, right? And to this day, if I do a show or a photo shoot, I get nervous. But that'd be the best show and the best photo shoot ever.
Once you get, the nerves, once you get into it, the nerves completely wash away.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't nervous, I think exactly. If it was the opposite, I don't think I'd be enjoying it. So
yeah, I mean, our best moments come in our most vulnerable moments. And the thing is, you got to be willing to still step up and be yourself in those vulnerable moments because you learn the most.
Yeah. Man, I said I could go on and on with you. This vibe is straight. The energy is good. Because you just said something that reminded me of a video I seen. I didn't like the video, right? Big U had reposted it from somebody. It was about somebody in Michigan, outside of Detroit. This young boy, he knew what he's facing. Right, but he ain't back down. But it was like a whole bunch of a white family involved.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to stand. You gotta stand on what you say you're standing on. Yeah. It's easy to say. Oh yeah, I'm standing on this. But if you not really you gotta really stand on that. Your actions gonna show what you really standing on.
Yep, exactly. Never fold.
You gotta stand on that.
Yep. Exactly. So I usually end the shows with something from my boys, right? And I'm gonna do that, but it's gonna be your words today. Usually it's my own. It's gonna be yours. You said something to me when I said something in the beginning before we started recording, and I said I try.
You told me you tried, and I told you I don't like that word because you're doing it. Exactly. You can't try if you're already in the process of doing it.
Exactly. So I'm leaving that for Chance and Carter today. And man, if you're already doing it, so don't even think it. Just like Khing Ceaze says,
keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
It's a process. You gotta. Another thing I said, you gotta take the big goals and dissect them down to small goals.
Yes.
And each goal you knock off should lead you to your big goal.
Yep. Exactly. I appreciate that. For some reason, Chance wanted to stay up this entire interview. He never does that. Like,
It's the energy,
you
man.
know,
It's the energy.
and he's sleepy. But man, I do appreciate you. I definitely would love to have you back.
Anytime, just I mean, you got the email information.
Yes,
Just shoot us an email.
I definitely will. I really appreciate you. I'm
And
grateful. You know,
I appreciate your platform and the things that you are doing with this platform.
thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. Hey, big up to Japan. See, I forgot to mention that they checked in. They checked in.
Big ups to Japan, man.
Yeah, like
make sure y'all check out Khing Ceaze. We take any and all listeners.
Yes. So big up Japan out there. I have no idea, but I'm grateful for it. But all right. Well, until next time, thank y'all for rocking with as I grow. Peace.
Peace.
What's up, man? It's your boy Make Do coming in from that 260, by the way, of 912, coming in here to show my cousin some love. Big ups to the podcast you got going up. I salute, baby girl. Keep doing your thing. Hold your head up. You already know what it is. Yeah.